Okay, back on trail today. After trail days, we are slackpacking from Allen Gap back to Hot Springs, so 15 miles out of the gate today. So I'm coming out of Allen Gap and it is all uphill. I've got a bit of a cold. It's not COVID, I did a rat test, but feeling very out of breath. Quite stuffed up in the nose. Leg seems to be feeling alright for the first mile or so. I think the fact that even though I was expecting trail days to be a rest on my legs, and having done 9 miles each day due to the distance between all the activities and tent site and exhibits, etc., it might have actually helped doing a bit of just flat walking around to keep fitness going and keep the legs going. So hopefully that'll help me build up a bit to today's 15 miles, but I'll see how I go. It's very foggy and humid. It's supposed to be raining, but you can see some low-lying cloud through there. At least the rain's held off for now. I only got to see one of these orange little lizards. Hey buddy. Fortunately, I've seen lots of them squashed on the track. Just coming up to a little shelter. Little tiny shelter. So I learnt the other day that this stuff is wild parsnip with the little yellow miniature flowers on top. And the reason I know that is because I met a lady whose trail name is Parsnip, and when we asked how did she get that, she had this awful rash on the back of her calves from wild parsnip, so I didn't realise that stuff was an irritant as well. So seems like there's lots of plants out here that'll get you if you're not careful. So it always makes me have a little chuckle when people say, oh my God, you're from Australia, there's so much deadly stuff out there. Oh, those animals, they'll get you. I'm like, well, not really, because at least we don't really have plants that'll get you like here. And given my ignorance with what is what and what will possibly give you an allergic reaction, I'm surprised I haven't had one yet. Amongst wild parsnip, poison ivy, poison oak, goodness knows what else they've got. But yeah, I was thinking the only thing that might get you on the trail in Australia is a snake, if you're unlucky. But I mean, here they've still got snakes, they've got bears, they've got Lyme disease causing ticks, they've still got poisonous spiders as well as us. So yeah, I don't know why everyone's so afraid of going to Australia and worried about the dangerous creatures we seem to have. Okay, so just passed a guy from the hostel going north. Well, I'm headed south, back to the hostel. And very kindly warned me that there's a rattlesnake just up around this corner. So hopefully it stays put. It's a bit nerve-wracking walking along here, knowing that the snake is just up ahead, hidden on the side of the track. It looked like a big bugger too, from the picture he showed me. Said it was by a tree, so I was really enjoying my music too, but he said don't put your earbuds back in because you will hear it rattle most likely. I'm looking to the left where he said it would be, but I freaking hope it hasn't gone to the right and it jumps out at me. From his picture it looked pretty well camouflaged. Okay, so I haven't seen the rattlesnake, but I'll leave my earpods out for a while, just in case it's a bit further up than what he thought it was. Anyway, don't really want to see one, but at least if I pass it, then I know that I've gone past it. So I hope I'm going the right way. I haven't seen any blazes. Oh, there's one over the bridge. There's quite a few people slackpacking today after trail days. So I've bumped into Bird, Hippie, Flo, Jasmine, plus our group of 4, with Cough Drop, Dragonfly, Parsnip, and yeah, and there was 2 other people behind me that are slackpacking as well, and yeah, it's definitely the way to do it. And back up into the forest. How far have I got to Hot Springs? I've got 5.8 miles, so I'm at Tanyard Gap. And a gap usually means one thing, that you have to go back up again. It's like a little bit of open meadow walking. The clouds are looking a bit ominous over there, but thankfully the rain's held off so far. So just walking past this big pond. I wonder what this is. Like some kind of bird or something or other's house. Oh, and even a little bench. Very cute. What a pretty little spot. Although the water doesn't look very inviting to swim in at the moment. It's a bit dusty looking. Wow. So that's the dam wall for that little pond above. Interesting to know what it was here for. A nice little spot to stop at. So anyway, just was walking along the trail and I came out through this sunny bit and I thought, I'm going down in an elevation, so it's starting to get warmer and sunnier on the track. So maybe I'll take an earphone out just to keep listen out for any like rattles or other things. And then just as I had that thought, a snake's tail just darted past me into the bushes and I let out this big squeal, which this other person heard from the campsite. So anyway, it's definitely snake season. And there's my first little frog. Hello. Kind of looks like a cane toad. Quite a bit smaller. Okay, so the theme of the day is definitely snakes. Just bumped into another guy who I jokingly said, any snakes up ahead? And he goes, yeah, actually, I flung a cuphead off the trail about a mile back. Oh my God. Oh, and here is another snake. That's a rat snake, eh?
Yeah. To be honest, I'm bad at telling rat snakes.
Don't really know what that farmy looking thing over there is in the big factory building. So there's the French Broad River down there. Very dry and rocky through here. Oh, and there's hot springs. And right over there is the hostel where I'm staying again tonight. So in a minute when I get down to the river, I'll make my way through town and then back up there. Wow. Wouldn't mind to swim in there right now. Oh, made it all the way down to the river. And there's a little campsite over the other side. Well, a couple actually. It would be divine to jump in there. Whoa, that is a big cliff. Wow, that's certainly the place for a little holiday house. Okay, over the French Broad River. Back in Little Old Hot Springs. And here I am to get an ice cream along with everybody else.